We have breaking news this evening out of Croatia as it's 2 in and 2 out at Jarun, including Barlatown legend Rhys Williams and club captain Lucas Kacavenga. Now, manager Aussie Villain had this to say just moments ago. Yeah, look, we're very happy to welcome the new lads, but of course it's always sad to say goodbye, isn't it? I've got a long history with Rhys, and Lucas just scored some amazing goals for this club, but ultimately, I'd rather have the money than them.
Za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. Today we wrap up the Champions League phase. It's Atletico Madrid, it's Manchester City, which is obviously two very tough games, and we're probably good enough to get into the knockout rounds already, but something against Atletico Madrid would certainly make me feel a little bit better. Now, transfer window is open, so we've got a little bit to catch you up on. Our two new centre-backs have arrived, so Christian Crespi, who we signed for just under £1 million, he is here on 23.5 grand a week, which means as a top earner, what's his face? Torres is also on that now. And the other player that's arrived is Alfredo Sanchez. And unfortunately, Mr. Sanchez, along with Montel, is currently away at the South American Under-20 Championships, which means we are missing two players I'd very much like to have to play these two games, it must be said. So, another wonder kid is here, which is always nice. I don't think Crespi's a wonder kid. No, he's not. But he is still very, very good. Now, as you heard there have been two departures. We unfortunately do bid farewell to Rhys Williams, Barlatown legend, of course. And, yeah, he's gone for 3.5 million off to Cardiff. Ultimately, it was just a case of... No, he wasn't a massive earner. I think he's on about 10 grand a week. But... I would just rather get those wages off, get the 3.5 million in, which almost pays half the fee for, or does pay more than half the fee for Sanchez. And yeah, we can just kind of move on without trying to keep him happy at the club as well. We can just, we can just move on and play the kids where we need to play them. So fondly remembered, I think. Certainly got some big goals for us from corners as well, but he moves on. The other one that moves on is club captain Kacavenga. Another one that will be fondly remembered, I think. He leaves for 4.5 million. He goes to Elche, I think it is, isn't it, in Spain. You can see here, I signed him originally for his mentality. It led him to be club captain, although he wasn't particularly great attributes to be a club captain. We know he scored some great goals for us, didn't he? Some really stunning goals, 13 in total in the league. But ultimately, I just felt like... we weren't playing him this year. He wasn't getting picked, so we'll cash in and he can go off and enjoy the rest of his career at 28. He still is in, still got some football in those legs of his. So those are the changes that have happened. Now, finances, after all that, we are over our wage budget a little bit, but we have almost 14 million to spend. There is a lot of bids coming in for our players as well. I put all those bids up on the Discord earlier, and I am doing my best to hang on to everybody, but I think people are starting to kick off a little bit. We can kind of see that here by looking at the dynamics. Sithole is the one. He wants to go to West Ham. There's 5 people that agree with him. We had to do like the whole they come to me and I pretend I care what they think. The issue is that we know Sithole, professionalism maybe isn't his thing, having been caught out drinking at missing games 3 times. I really worry if he's unhappy. An unhappy Sithole could be a drunk Sithole, and I don't think that's going to do any of us any good. So we might cash in on him if we can get sort of 15 million or so. It might be worthwhile doing. And yeah, there's a lot of players here that are just a little bit annoyed at things, but we will do our best to get past everything and hopefully bring things together. Now, the hierarchy with those 2 departures, we lost obviously a team leader in Kacavenga, and we've also lost a highly influential player in Williams. Now, our new club captain is Butchman, and our vice captain is Rupnik. Rupnik should, in all seriousness, be here by the end of the week. Like, he's already been around a while, he plays all the time, and now he's vice captain. It shouldn't take long for him to become a highly influential player. But the pyramid is looking a little bit bottom heavy. I think we need a few more players to start moving their way up the pyramid. But it's more or less a happy camp, which is good. And social groups, always good to have a look at this, as fragmented as ever. Now, there's one game to catch you up on before we went on the winter break, and that was in the league against Hajduk Split. We took an early lead when Torres picked out Palumbo. And it was 2-0 at half-time thanks to a deflected Torres effort. Siraj slipped in Bertic for our third. and Rupnik played in Palumbo to make it 4-0 late on. So this was much, much better. Yeah, they didn't have a shot on target. They did have a couple of shots at goal. But yeah, we dominated possession. We took chances. We looked good. We scored some good goals as well. And yeah, just all in all, it was very nice. So let's have a quick update, reminder even of the league table. And as we come out of the winter break, we do have a game in between the two Champions League games against Bordeaux, so you'd like to think we'll be winning that. But we are 10 points clear of Varisden, who has moved up into second, with Osijek dropping down to third. And it's very much sort of a battle for fourth and fifth for the entire table, except for Slaven and Istra, who are trying to avoid the playoff, it looks like. So, yeah, we'll see how the second half of the season develops. We can see some of the league leaders here as well. Skoko and Matanovic tend to play in Europe these days, so if they ever played in the league again, they'd probably do okay in the Golden Boot. But Torres, Palumbo, Skoko are leading the way in average match ratings. Torres and Kovacic even are up there in assists. And yeah, Pinta is even getting clean sheets. It's just that sort of a season, unfortunately. And then just a quick reminder of the Champions League table coming into this one. We are on 10 points. We are 2 points outside the top 8. We are 3 points safe inside the sort of the move on sections. But what is particularly concerning is Atletico Madrid are currently outside. So if they were to beat us, they'd go on equal points with us. And we'd only potentially be 2 points safe coming into our final game away to Manchester City, which I don't think any of us at home, maybe. Man City might be at home. It doesn't matter where it is. It's going to be very, very tough. So, yeah, I just feel a lot better if we could take a point or two from this. We can't take 2 points, but you know what I mean. So let's have a look at this. We are expecting a 5-3-2 out of them, which I've just realised if they've got two centre forwards, we possibly want 3 centre backs, don't we? So let's take Sidhole out. Let's put Fatakanti in. We don't really have any other. Yeah, you can see there that Sidhole's unhappy, which is a little bit frustrating, obviously. All right, let me think here. Okay, so we'll go with our sort of anti-4-4-2 formation. So Pinta in goal, Butchman, Fatakanti, and Blumenbust, who's been registered in the Champions League squad now. They'll be our back three. Rupnik and Torres will be the width. Bosniak, Ranocchia, Skoko, Lako, and Matanovic. You can see there's a few heavy match loads here where we were trying to get back up to speed after our winter break. And yeah, we've maybe played one game too many for a few of them there. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. I don't think there's any players that we've come up against before. I think he is Croatian, isn't he? Or no, maybe he's Slovenian with that sort of name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Mourinho is their manager now. Of course, we beat them last time we played them. I think it was 1-0 at our home ground. So it's a bit of a rematch of that. And what we wouldn't give for another 1-0, it'd be superb, wouldn't it? Now, when I say we played too many friendlies to come out of the winter break, we played 3. But, I mean, some of the players played 2 of them, and they've had a week off, but apparently that's not enough, which is always frustrating. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. The other little bit of news is that Palumbo has signed an extension with us. What I am keen to do is not get rid of all our senior players. Now, Palumbo is sort of the similar age to Williams and Kakavenga in that sort of late 20s, early... I think he's 29. So he had 18 months to go on his contract, so we just tied him up nice and early. So I think that new contract takes him to 32. At that point, we should have some of the younger guys now that are sort of late teens, early 20s, should be getting to an age where they can sort of take over the mantle and take the club forward. So that's sort of the hope and the plan on that one. But yeah, window is still open for everybody, not just for us. So there's still chance for things to happen. And yeah, it's just a real shame that we don't have Montel and... Oh, that's a good save from Pinta. That we don't have, Montel and Sanchez, potentially, although I may not have... We could only register 1 player. So I bought Bone and Blust in because he's been at the club and is somewhat settled. So whether I would have actually registered Sanchez is perhaps... Or the other guy, Cresty, I don't think I probably would have done that. I think even if Sanchez was here, I would have gone with Bone and Blust. But... yeah, that's all sort of by the by. He isn't here, neither of them are, and so that's why Bosniak is starting as well. Now, Misevic, we have had some bids come in from Paris and Manchester United. We're sort of up to about $1.5 million, I think, with some add-ons, sort of future fees and that kind of stuff. I really don't want to sell him, but we may reach a point where, I don't say we have to, but it becomes, you know, maybe we should, I guess, more so than have to. Whereas I fear Sithol's going to become a we have to sell him. This is becoming ridiculous. But so far, so good on Sithole. He's not missed training. He's not gone out to a nightclub. So, yeah, we've got spies at Cadillacs to make sure that he is indeed not out when he shouldn't be. And a bit of a pointless first half. Certainly a goalless one, and almost a highlightless one as well. So, what do we say to that? You've done well so far. Position you deserve to be. Go out there, show me better in the second half. I think we could probably get on board with that, couldn't we? Defensively, I mean, it wasn't bad, was it? We're facing a Mourinho side. You don't need to defend necessarily. You just got to keep possession, and they'll just sit back and let you pass it around. But they've not been good. Neither team's been good in front of goal, and their XG suggests that they probably should have a lead. So we will keep encouraging. And it's one of these right now, isn't it, where a point is not a bad result for us at all. Skoko, I fear, has had his little spasm of form and is reverting to sort of, I don't want to say the man we know and love, but certainly the man we know. All right, so let's make some changes in midfield here. They've switched up what they're doing, so we're going to have to... Okay, 1 second. Well, I need to pause it, and then I can have some thinking time. All right, so we are going to change up the formation a little bit, given that they've changed up their formation a little bit. So we'll go back to our normal way. Fatakanti will move forward. Sithole and Zinko are going to come on along with Siraj, who I think we'd already brought on, hadn't we, for what's his face there. So that's all of that. I just want to make sure that we are trapping inside. Or do we want to trap outside? No, because they've got wing backs. We probably would want to keep trapping outside. So none of this is going to happen, of course, until we get this highlight out of the way that it started. Rupnik, he's kept it in. He could have let it go there. It's very lungy. You'd think a third one may have had to be stopped for a booking. But anyway, here we go with Fatakanti to Lacko. Lacko to Bonenblust to Torres. Can he get a cross in? Come on, Fernando. No, who are you? You go. Oh, it's a good one. It's Matanovic. It's. I don't know how it stayed out. I don't know how that stayed out. How was that stay? It must have hit the post, didn't it? Real Madrid's put 9 on Bodo Glimt. So let's hope we don't play them anytime soon. Paris has put 5 on Lazio. And we'd just like to get 1 against Atleti. Oh, Torres. Oh, that's not good. And Pinta has never even got close to saving a penalty before. Mentanovic is having a nightmare. We'll get Kozayev on for him. Oh, and he has saved one now. Pinta, has he just got us the point that keeps us in Europe? We've got a corner to defend before we get too excited. And we've done that. Can Siraj stop a cross coming in? Pinto, he's faced so many penalties as we keep giving penalties away. And he's not got anywhere near saving one before. And suddenly, on the biggest stage, he's popped up with one. Sithole. Can't find Siraj. We come back the other way. And, Torres has done well there, sweeping in. Pinta. Forward for Bonenblust. Back to Torres. Sithole. And we build from the back. Slowly coming forward. Could we maybe get it out the other side where there's a little bit more space? Oh, and Star is gone. Second booking. All right, so let's focus. We have quite a few nervous-looking players there now. All right, so let's assume Mourinho is doing Mourinho things. Let's just get the ball in the area. Let's see if we can get something. A point, though, is not terrible for us. By any means, especially having conceded a penalty. And it looks like everybody's happy with a point in the end. So not our greatest performance. We are, of course, coming out of the winter break, as I said. But that's a very, very valuable point. Still haven't lost to Mourinho in this series, so that's very nice as well. And 11 points now, I think we can say, if it's not mathematically done with a game to go, although a few teams have... I tell you what, Atletico Madrid's in some trouble here, aren't they? Chelsea's in trouble as well. But yeah... It's done, isn't it? It's done. We're through. Excellent work. 11. Look at some of these scores. Wait a second here. We've got a 5-0, 11-1, 5-0, 5-0, 10-0. I mean, it's not a great day for non-one-sided games. That's insane. That's got to be a record, hasn't it, for most goals scored in... That's insane. There would never have been a night of Champions League football where two teams went for double digits. I don't think it's happened before with one team, has it? Anyway, we've got a little bit of money in the bank. Pinter has saved our bacon, and we'll take that and run, won't we? Guys, wait right there. I'll play through Bordeaux in the league. It should be a relatively comfortable win for us. And then it's Manchester City away. All right, welcome back. What could possibly go wrong here? We're going to host... we're going to go to Manchester City. Now, there's a little bit of news that's happened. And that is that Bronan Blust has been recalled by Chelsea. They wanted us to play him as a wide centre-back. I mean, I wasn't for the most part, to be fair. I was trying to a little bit when whoever it was their manager is said they want me to do it. And apparently we didn't do it enough. So he's gone, which is okay-ish because obviously we can register new players in the Champions League squad. We have our two new centre-backs anyway now. So in a way, he served his purpose. We were never realistically, you can see there on transfer value and whatnot, but going to be able to keep him anyway. So it's probably worked out okay, but like I say, just a little bit frustrating because ideally he would have played these Champions League games for us. But anyway, that's that. There's one game to catch you up on. That was in the league against Bordeaux, top versus bottom. Let's see what happened. Crespi put us ahead, but Bordeaux pulled level just after half-time, before Siraj tees up Misevich to put us back ahead. Then Kovacic crossed for Kozayev to make it 3-1. Only for Bordeaux to pull one back. And then pull level through on loan Novak. Before Novak put Bordeaux ahead. But Misevich made it 4-4. So what a strange game this one was. We were absolutely cruising at 3-1. I made some subs, sort of taking some players off, keeping them for Europe. A couple of others that weren't maybe performing as we'd expected. And you can even see on the XG tracker, we were so far dominant in the game, but they just went bang, 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 bang. 2 goals from Novak, who we've loaned to them for the season, and yeah, we were struggling to nick a point off them in the end. So, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, but we're still 9 points clear at the top of the league, so it's not the end of the world. But, yeah, just a crazy, crazy game, that one. And let's hope we defend a little bit better versus Manchester City, or else we will be on the end of a hiding, won't we? So we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And this is the team that we're sending out. Pinter in goal. Torres still got a heavy match load, as does Bosniak. All right, well, Bosniak, I'm not sure there's much I can do for you there, mate. What if we stick on... Can we put Ranocchia in? Okay, so let's put Ranocchia in and switch those two around. So it'll be Pinter in goal, Butchman and Crespi playing together for the first time. What could go wrong there? Torres and Rupnik will be the wide players. Sithole, Palumbo, Ranocchia, Skoko, Lacko, and Matanovic. There's still heavy match loads. I rested you all for a week. Like, what is wrong with people? You're just going to have to suck it up. It's not like you're going to be chasing the ball around, I wouldn't have thought. So, this is going to be a disaster. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. There's a few names we're going to recognize, isn't it? So, yeah, not great. I don't recognize anybody that we've sort of come across before necessarily. All right, so there's no pressure on us. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much all we can do here, isn't it? There's no pressure on us. Go out there, do our best. Thomas Tuchel is their manager, which makes you wonder what happened to Pep. And, yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens. I think the Bordeaux game was a little bit a case of just maybe players that weren't quite match sharp enough. Bertic is injured. I can't remember if I said that off the top or not. So that's why he's missing. He got injured in one of the not pre-season, but like the winter break friendlies. So it wasn't really time to give Matanovic or Kozayev or somebody else the game time to be match sharp for these games. So yeah, which I think it was just a bit of a tricky timing as much as anything. And of course, with heavy match loads, we know that we like to press and that kind of stuff. My impression that I've got from playing the game, I don't know. Someone like Zealand will probably have done a video on exactly the ins and outs of how it all works. But my impression is a heavy match load means tied legs, means not a good performance. Here we go. Palumbo! Oh, it's on target. It's a decent save. So yeah, that's how I play the game. And yeah, I just wonder if a little bit it was either tied legs or players that weren't match sharp. And Endrick has just absolutely mugged off Sithole there. And let's see if we can. Sithole gets him back. Go on, son. Skoko now gets it forward. It was a bit of a just a lump into space in truth, but it looked like it was going to lead to something, but we'll never know what that something was. All right, here we go. More defending to do. Sithole can't stop the cross coming in. Oh, Pinter, you've got to come for that, man. Wood Utenan, who we are trying to sell, but he is still at the club. Wood Utenan, he would have come and claimed that, I'm pretty sure. That is such a soft goal to concede. It's right there. It's right there. It was quite loopy, but it's like 4 yards away. You've got to go and get that. Pinter. Let's see if we can make up for that. I mean, would you call that a goalkeeping error, or is that just a goalkeeping shortcoming, maybe? Oh, you can't do that. 8 years on, maybe Erling Haaland is not as sharp as he once was. But there are signs there that this is going to be depressing. It's going to be back to the episodes earlier in the week where we were getting spanked by... who was it? Inter and Red Bull Leipzig, wasn't it? Palumbo. There's a nice ball for Lacko. Just turned into trouble. Oh, what are you guys doing? That is just moronic. We might get away with offside here, you know. We might. No, we don't. What? I mean, I know they've never played together before, but it's the round thing, guys. The round thing. I mean, Butchman. He's the new club captain too, isn't he? Like, what? That's not how you lead by... Oh, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Berate. I get I said there's no pressure on you, but that doesn't mean you're still not... You know, you got to head the ball when it's there. Crespi. Goes forward. Matanovic heading it the wrong way. This is an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. Alright, so we're going to change the way we're defending against this tiki-taka side. We are going to maybe not be suicidal about it, but we'll go and put some pressure on them. What I was hoping we'd do is just kind of sit back and pick off the loose pass and just be hard to break down, maybe be able to get them on the break, but what's actually happening is chaos. You could argue Torres needs to be a little bit closer to his man. It's a fair argument. But we're giving the ball away so much, and as we know, we like it. We want our wing-backs pushing up the field anyway, so... yeah. I forget who we've got in the league next, but there's an element of just, this is gone. Oh, Rupnik's won that back. And let's see where this goes now. Borchman, he does have the armband now, so he is the new club captain. I thought I made him club captain. There's a nice ball. Ranocchia through for Mattel. Oh. It's a Turpich finish, that one. Come on, boys. Butchman gets it wide. It's just picked off. It's just picked off. It's too easy. Oh, and it's taken a deflection. And it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? So neither of the wide players are playing well, which always makes me think that's a tactical thing. Especially when, you know, we know Rupnik and Torres are quite good players. I'm sure this has taken a deflection. It has, off of Sithole. And that kind of just sums up the day, doesn't it? Turnity's back on it, gets a block in almost by mistake. And then, yeah, in the back of the net it goes. I think we can say that Skoko's form has been left on the other side of the winter break. I mean, in truth, the match stats, they're not terrible for us. I think we can maybe consider ourselves quite unlucky to be 4-0 down. We hit on the break 4 times. It's ridiculous. Okay, we'll go with terrible, although in truth I probably should have said they're a little bit unlucky, because I think we are a little bit unlucky to be as far behind as we are. But we have also given them quite a few chances, haven't we? So, oh, I'm tempted just to leave it. Kovacic, I think, is suspended in the league. So let's take Torres off anyway, because he is not playing particularly well. So let's change both wide players. That gets bookings off. I think the last thing we need here is to go down a man. That will be getting to the embarrassing point then. Let's just leave it at that for now. And then we'll see what we get. We'll try encouraging. I mean, there is... we knew going to Manchester City was going to be a very, very difficult ask. But I think as much as anything, it's sort of the manner of the goals, isn't it? As they get another one through Erling Haaland now. Was he offside there? Was he coming back? It's clutching at straws, but I'm willing to do that. And no, he wasn't. So it's 5-0. And this could actually... at this point, this could be anything. Yeah, Brito has sent them all sailing up the river. And Crespi could not jump with Haaland, but not many can. All right. Let's get Misevic on for Skoko. Actually, let's pause it there for a second. Has that sub been made? Let's get Kozayev on for Lako and Madzar on for Matanovic. Because those guys are just not having good days. And that's all our subs then. As Sithole does something useful. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we've got the tactics wrong. By we, of course, I mean myself. I don't know. Yeah, if there's something that I've said pre-game that has made the players clock off a little bit. Maybe saying at the start that there's no pressure on you here. I'm beginning to think that, because that team talk was working really well for us, taking the pressure off. I'm beginning to wonder now if we've reached that point where what they need to hear, as we've got to go back, and it's Kozayev off the bench. He might be offside. He was suspiciously behind the defenders. And he wasn't, so we've got to go back. It is 5-1. Now, we haven't mathematically got through yet, but what we are 3 points clear of 25th place or whatever, and we know our goal difference, even with this hiding, is still pretty strong. So, oh, he just drifted at the right time, didn't he? Let Ruben go past him. So that's a nice goal. We'll take that. It's something. Last goal wins. I'm pretty sure that's the rule, isn't it? It's the new UEFA thing in the Champions League for this season. Yeah, it's just been one of those games, hasn't it? We've been such a Jekyll and Hyde side in the Champions League, haven't we? We've absolutely belted a couple of sides, and then we've been on the end of a couple of hidings ourselves. Just no consistency really at all. As there's another one in now. What we're not doing well is stopping those crosses coming in, are we? We are stopping crosses coming in. Maybe we step up. See if that works. I mean, that's not really going to help crosses, is it? But Holt not doing brilliantly. Cross comes in, and yeah, maybe Butchman and Crespo just needed to be shifted over a little bit, I think, didn't they? Butchman needed to sort of be right with that the goal scorer there, and Crespi probably needed to be over a little bit as well. I think if we could play this again, I might have gone back 3 and a DM and not played a number 10, which away to Manchester City probably is just a sensible thing to do. But yeah, that's it's not been great, has it? So there we go. There's our part of the table. We have got through. What's not going to happen, I don't think, is we're going to get a seeded spot. I think we've actually dropped out of that. But yeah, there we go. It's been a little bit of a disappointing end to the Champions League, but let's face it, it's the Champions League. We're 17th, goal difference of +5. That's a pretty good campaign, isn't it? And there is the confirmation indeed that we are into the knockout rounds of the Champions League. So hopefully we don't have to play any more big teams. I can't see why we would in the Champions League. And that will be that. Now, okay, so Tomasek is off on loan. That, in case you don't remember, is our very promising winger. I need something from him. I don't know what we do with him, but he's so good. I just want him to keep playing, keep developing, basically. So hopefully he won't break his leg this time when he goes out on loan. But guys, that'll do it for today. Bit of a crappy end to the week, but we'll be back next time. There is going to be obviously a Champions League tie in February at some point. We might come back sometime around the end of the transfer window, which for us is mid-February, which will hopefully coincide with a Champions League tie. And if you follow the socials, I'll put up who it is once we have it. But yeah, a 0-0 and a 6-1 defeat. Not great for an episode. 10 goals in the last 2 games we've conceded. Take care.